Good morning, guys. It's time for comments on comments. Well, it's actually time for coffee. Comments on comments has got to wait. Right. Before I get started, I guess I should tell you where I've been for the past God knows how long. Well, I haven't been anywhere, but I've not been able to get onto my Xbox. We've been having a few problems. Now, regular subscribers will know that we was having the terrace fixed. It took a bloody long time for them to do this. It's done. They put down a load of resin. They come and sprayed all this chemical all over the place. They've actually ruined the windows. They covered up the bottom half of all of the doors and the windows when they did this new floor. But unfortunately, the top half of the windows is now covered in all this kind of resin stuff that I cannot get off. So there's loads of tiny little bumps. But after they finished, they blocked up the drains and then they completely filled the terrace with water to check for any leaks. Unfortunately, when they did this, my wife and I were going out. So we went out, we had a meal and all different things to do with Christmas. And when we came back, the apartment was flooded. So the waterproofing didn't work. Now, not only had they flooded the apartment and ruined a lot of our stuff, but it also meant that the ceiling in the downstairs rooms has fallen in because of the water coming through and soaking the plaster and all that stuff. So we had to unplug everything and move everything out of the way. And this is the reason I've not been on the Xbox for the past week or so. So that still needs to be fixed. They haven't come back and done anything about it yet because of the new year and all that stuff. In fact, I went out yesterday, which was New Year's Day. I went to the gym, it was closed. I went to Decathlon, the sports shop, that was shut. I went to the mall was open, but all the shops inside the mall were closed. It's just like, why is the mall open? It's empty. So yeah, Colombia seems to have shut down for New Year. So we haven't got a date yet on them fixing the terrace, but fortunately, in Colombia, like December and January, the hottest months. It's like the rest of the year is a little bit like an English autumn, but December and January is like a good English summer. So we've not had any rain for ages. So that's good news because it means that while the terrace is leaking, everything is kind of safe because there's no rain. So that's the reason I've not been uploading videos. All I've done is kind of plugged my Xbox in a couple of times just to download the Xbox Game Pass games. So I've kept myself up to date with that. I did, before the flood, manage to finish off the playthrough of Mutant Year Zero. It's a bloody awesome game. If you haven't played it, give it a crack. It's very good. It's a lot of fun. So I kind of did a bit of a grind on that and then intended to jump straight back into Forza. And then, obviously, the flood happened. So it had to wait. But I will get back on this. So other changes. While I've not been recording videos, I've been improving my ability to record videos. So I've bought a capture card, an Elgato capture card for my Xbox. So that's going to save a lot of the problems that I've got with corrupt videos so I can get back on Red Dead Redemption. I've also changed my mic system and different bits and bobs. So I've now got a much better recording system than I had before. Been spending a bit of money. The problem is, my laptop's only got like one USB-C port, and I need a USB port for my mic. I also need one for the capture card and different bits and bobs. So I've ordered like an adapter, several USBs into the USB-C. So until that arrives, I'm just going to be using a mic that goes into the jack. So the quality of the sound will go down a little bit on maybe the videos I do later today. While I've not been able to have the Xbox on or anything, I've been doing a bit of work on my laptop, working on a couple of my other YouTube channels. I know a lot of people who are members of this channel. When I talk about hypnosis and that kind of stuff, a few people ask me about it. What I've just done, I've taken a hypnosis course that I used to sell. I used to sell it for a couple of $100, and I've made it all completely free. So very, very quickly, it's here. if I just go to this home, this website, freehypnosislessons.com. So if you want to pop over there, you can access my free hypnosis course, and all the lessons are here. You just click on them, you can watch them on YouTube, or you can watch them on this actual website, and you'll learn how to become a hypnotist. So if that's something that you are interested in, then please do check that out. I'll pop a link in the description for you as well. In other news, I've also joined Patreon. So this is my Patreon page. I've not done anything on it yet. I don't really understand how it works. I have no patrons, but I'll come back and do more stuff on here. So if you feel the need to give me money for no reason whatsoever, then this is where you can do that. So yeah, I've got a Patreon page. My username is Katumi74. So if you go to patreon.com/Katumi74, you can find this. And yeah, if you want to donate, you can. So that's there for you. A couple of people did ask me in the past what my Patreon was, and I thought that's a bit weird. They're asking me how they can give me money, so I've now created one. So back over here, what I've also done, which some of you won't like, some of you won't mind, is I've put more adverts in my videos. I've gone through all my videos and I've clicked on the button that says suggest places for adverts, and then just added those adverts in. I kind of figured if I'm doing this, I might as well make money out of doing it, a little bit more than what I currently am. And whenever I watch someone else's videos, I don't mind if a little banner appears at the bottom of the video every 5 minutes. It really doesn't bother me. So I've started adding those into my videos too. What I will be doing as well, which I've not done yet, is putting like a link into my Patreon page and all that kind of stuff. So I can start making some money from doing this, because I want to buy Gran Turismo from... that sounds like the game. I want to buy the Maserati Gran Turismo. I can't afford one. They're really expensive. So you guys can help me. Anyway, I honestly don't expect to make anything like that. Let's get into comments on comments. Right, Anto says I should be a commentator. So I'm commenting on your comment, and I think that means I am a commentator, because that's exactly what I'm doing now. So yeah, you're right, I should, and I am, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Right, from Paul, this is from comments on comments number 6. How can I find your 50-lap race? Right, I am going to make a video on this that's just going to be called How to Find Your Blueprints. There is a problem. If you make a blueprint in an area, and then you make another blueprint in that same area, people can only find the latest one, which is a bit of a problem. But I don't think I made another one on this particular track, so this should still be available. But finding someone's blueprint is not always easy. The best way to do it is to go into the designs and then search for, put it on any car, search for creator and search for my gamer tag, Katumi74, then follow me on the designs, and then go back over to the blueprints and go to friends and followed, and you should find it like that. I hope you can. Changing the time on the Xbox. This was a video suggested by Spitfire Buzz, which is actually reasonably popular. It started to make a little bit of money. It's only on about $2 or something. But if you're watching Spitfire Buzz, I am keeping an eye on this one for you. And whatever money this makes, as soon as it gets high enough for it to be worthwhile, I'm going to be sending you half of that via PayPal. So when that happens, I'll be contacting you and asking for your email, and then sending you half of whatever this video makes for the future. So, time travel is real. We can get early access. Someone else commented on this saying it got them unbanned from something. So there's quite a few ways that you can use this change in your Xbox time. Where are we? I'm pretty sure I bought, I can't pronounce that word, from you today with the perks. When was this video? 13 hours ago? No, you didn't. I've not put anything on the auction house for a really long time, so it couldn't have been from me. Who here gets better luck on the single wheel spins than the super wheel spins? I seem to get really shit wheel spins, whether they're super or single. They're just not that good. So, cracking on. Good to find out that I need the DLC. I do mention that at the beginning of the video. Obviously, it is a bit frustrating for people that think they're going to be able to do something, then they can't. But yeah, it does need the DLC to do that. You're welcome. So this was the ammo glitch, how to get unlimited ammo on Fallout 4. This is not Fallout 76. Changing the date, yes it works, yes it does. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Who cares about regular wheel spins anyway? They just hand those out for playing. Yes, they do that. They do hand them out just for playing. You get quite a few of them. But if you want to get some cheap, that video shows you the cheapest way to do it. My coffee's already like a bit cold. I want like a cup that keeps it warm. That would be a lot better. How do you pronounce this? Miura? When I buy the Miura at the auction house and the seller already used the car mastery to get the event on, is it still possible for me to blah, 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 blah? No, it's not. The skill perks, if somebody has taken the skills, you can't have them. If you take the skills and then sell the car, the person that buys it can't have them. They don't reset. If they've gone, they've gone. It's as simple as that. There's no way at the moment of checking if a car on the auction house has had the skills used. It's just a gamble. It's just luck. Now, you can buy them, pay a bit more money, get them from the showroom, and you're guaranteed that the skill perks are all there for you and you can, unlock the cars and all that stuff. But if you want to save money and get them from the auction house, it's just a little bit of a gamble. And it's kind of like that in real life as well. If you go to a car auction, you can't go for a test drive first. You just look at the car and you're going to buy it, and the car might not be good. So it's a bit of a gamble, and it's the same in the game. Right, what's this then? The duplication glitch. Make sure to hold down the O button. There isn't an O button. There's an X and a Y, an A and a B. Because I think there's a patch where the second screen will come up but disappears unless you hold down the O button right after the X. A little slower but efficient. Right, Craig, I have no idea what you're talking about because there is no O button. So, if you watch there is a link inside this video description that goes to a different video that shows you the controller view. It still works. A lot of people keep leaving comments saying this doesn't work anymore. It does. Every few days I test it. It's still working today. I've tested it today, and you've just got to get the timing right. But I don't know what the O button is. Let me think. When you do it, you slide. There's X, Y. I think you mean B. When you're saying O, you mean B. You've got your thumb on the X button. You slide across to the B button. You keep the B button held down, and then you press A twice. Then you release the B button. So when you're pressing A, the B button is held down the entire time you do that. I do say that in the video, but make sure you check out the actual controller view one, because you see me doing it. You can see my fingers, and I explain it as I show you. Guess what? I'm eating burgers whilst watching this. Oh, I do quite fancy a burger, actually. Bob Bender. So, Bob Bender, that rings a bell. Do I know Bob Bender? I think I do know a Bob Bender. Might not be this one. Let's have a look. So, you've got one subscriber. I don't think it's the Bob I know, but I know someone called Bob Bender. You do know that you don't need to leave your house in order to access the car mastery. Yes, I do know this. You have to piss around in the tuning thing. I hate that menu system. It's like not intuitive at all. There's stuff in weird places. I don't like it. I do know that you have to do this. It's just, I find just going bang, 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 bang on the exit button a little bit easier. But yeah, you've got to wait for a loading screen then. Right, Jake Barlow, been away visiting family, come home to over 10 hours. You've come home to the complete series. I have finished Mutant Year Zero, and it was kind of just for me and you, really, because, nobody else really watches it, and people just kind of leave. If I go over to, let me think, if I pop to my dashboard, and then from my dashboard I go over to my stats, give it a little bit of time to load, and I go to here, and I go to my subscribers. So here, look at this. Right, this is when I upload videos on. This day minus 27, this day minus 17, and this is because, and say 2 videos here. Look, and they're going to be Mutant Year Zero. Come on, word properly. Mutant Year Zero, Mutant Year Zero. All of these videos are Mutant Year Zero. And as soon as I upload any on this, a load of people leave. So that's kinda just for, let's get back over here, just for me and Jake, and the few people that appreciate these Mutant Year Zero videos. I think a lot of people on my channel have arrived here because of the Forza videos. And when I uploaded a few videos on this and no videos on Forza for a while, obviously a few people didn't like it, so they left. But I don't mind. I haven't decided yet what my next playthrough is going to be. It might be Ashen. It might be the Strange Brigade. I'm thinking the Strange Brigade, actually. I really like the look of that. I might have a look at a couple of other games, but I'll be starting another playthrough. And what I'm going to try and do is just really hardcore focus on getting the playthrough done as quickly as possible and having a good old grind on it, but also doing the other videos that I normally do as well on top of that. Does this work right now? No, it doesn't. I'm not going to thumbs that up because I always think that thumbs up means I'm confirming that yes, it does, but no, it doesn't. Does this still work? Tried it and it's not working for me. Yes, it does work. I was going to say watch the duplication glitch controller view video, which is this one here. Yes, it works. I'll check it again just in case there's an update I've not got. I'll tell you what, while I'm doing this video, I can't because I've got to get all the Xbox plugged in because everything's moved. So I can't check it right now, but there might have been an update while I've had all my mess going on. But I check it regularly and I'm pretty certain it still works. You've just got to get the timing. Right, this evil Gamer TV. I had 123 likes on this video and they've ruined it by taking it to 124. In fact, on one of my other channels, my Free Hypnosis one, I've got 333 subscribers, which I really like. Now, I want to get my subscribers up on there, but I kind of like that it's on 333 and I'll be annoyed if it changes. And then this thing here, I left this comment saying I was the 3,333rd like on a video and that made my year. That's not actually true. It wasn't a like, that was a comment. I made a comment on someone else's video the other day and it was the 3,333rd comment on that video. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. I like the number 3. So, I like there's several. I'm a bit autistic when it comes to numbers. I notice number patterns a lot. I like patterns in numbers. I particularly like any multiplication of the number 3. 3, 6 and 9 are favourite numbers of mine. I know this sounds really silly. I was actually born on the 3rd, so of February. So yeah, that's quite pleasing to me as well. Moving on. I'm saving for the McLaren. Burgers are black now. I didn't realise that my burgers were on this video. I thought it was on some drifting thing that I was doing. Oh no, that was fish and chips. And it wasn't a video, it was a stream. I was streaming. I was only going to go on for like 10 minutes just to check out that windy road on the new island. And I was on there for probably a couple of hours streaming, just trying to get a decent score on the drift. And at the same time, I was cooking fish and chips. And I didn't burn them. They were not too bad. Actually, they were all right. The fish was a bit crunchy. It was in batter. It wasn't just a fish. But yeah, that was all right. Yeah, the burgers were black, but they were char grilled to perfection. That's what they were. So yeah, I'm always cooking when I think to myself, I'm going to cook some food, and then I think to myself, oh, I'm going to start a video, and then I forget I'm cooking food, and then I start to smell burning. I think, oh fuck, I'm burning food. And then I have to go down and sort it out. It happens quite a lot. So you've never seen the car mastery in the building where you bought the car? Yes, I have. I know it's there. It's just I find the other way easier, even though I have to wait for a load screen. In total, you get 5 million credits if done correctly, excluding wheel spins. From doing what? Make more from trashing. Oh yeah. So this is the video where I'm talking about the. I'm not absolutely certain this comment is so much on this video or on a previous comment this guy made, but that's the video where I'm talking about. There's a couple of cars. When I made that video, you had quite a strict limit on how many cars you could sell on the auction house. It was 10 a day. Now, a lot of people were getting these cars and then putting them on the auction house and selling them for almost nothing, like 17,000. Whereas you could make a lot more money by selling different cars that were worth a lot more money in your 10 a day quota and just trashing these cars instead. But you can't actually trash an auction, a barn find car. It doesn't let you. So yeah, I didn't even realise that when I made the video, but you can't actually trash them. The only way you can really get rid of them is to put them on auction and then not claim them back. Now, from a recent update, a long time after I made this video, what they do now is after a certain amount of time, anything you've not claimed back or it's not sold or whatever, it just disappears. So that enables you to get rid of them, which is good because you still have a limit on how many cars can go in your garage. And I'm hoping they change that. It works, you just can't do it on the big menu. Yeah, this is how to get free money on The Sims. It only works when you're in the proper game, where you can control people and all that stuff. Once you're in that mode, you just press all the buttons, the R1, R2, L1, L2, or RB and RT, LB and LT. So press all them, the shoulder buttons. That accesses the cheat menu, then you can do it. Right, Sociable YouTube is shouting, this guy should learn techniques. Buy them on Auction House and then get perks, then sell them on Auction House to earn money. I'll do that. I'm not all that interested in doing buying and selling cars, making money, by the way. Why the fuck did... that made me laugh. I'm not that bothered about these little scams to make money anymore because I've got about 35 million. I'm not spending it. I do still want all the cars, which is going to cost me a lot more than 35 million, so I'll probably go back on that later. Works for me too. Wait, so you buy one car and you won't sell it because the skills are used up, but you buy another car and sell it even though the skills are used up. Right. The idea here was I was selling... I think this guy is talking about, first of all, the MGMGB. I'm saying I don't want to sell it back on auction because that car is worthless to anybody with the skills used up. So I feel it's a little bit cheating. If you put it on auction, people are buying it thinking they're going to get the bonus out of it and they can't. Whereas the other car I was selling, which I believe was the Aventador or something like that, it's a good car. People buy it to drive it. It's like no one buys the MGMGB to drive it. They drive it because they're trying to get the money out of it. So... some cars are worthwhile buying to drive. Some cars people only buy because they want the perks that they know are inside them. And if you're buying from the auction house, it's a gamble. It's your own fault. How to find blueprints. How can I easily find my own blueprints? I create around 15 custom routes and events, but when I go to my creative hub and select blueprints, I only have 4. Yeah, I know. What is that? I've noticed that as well. I think it's really weird. I don't know why that happens. If anyone can explain, please leave a reply. I think it's a little... The blueprint system seems to be a bit broken to me. First of all, finding blueprints is difficult, but I don't like how when you publish a blueprint and then you do a new one, other people can't find your previous one. That's annoying, but surely you should be able to find them. All the blueprints you've made should be available to you, shouldn't they? Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe it's a case of a new blueprint overrides an old one. Good video, mate. Does this work on PC? There's no point in doing this on PC. On PC, you have console commands. Actually, there is a point in doing this on PC because although you've got console commands would mean that you don't get the achievements. Whereas this still allows you to get achievements. So I honestly don't know. Give it a try. I really don't know. That's something I've never considered before because I've always thought, hey, you guys can just put cheat commands in. But obviously, if you want achievements, that's not the case. Did I end up fighting the Deathclaw? Right, it's really easy to fight the Deathclaw when you've got bloody thousands of Molotov cocktails and you can just stand on the roof chucking them down. You know, that's pretty damn simple. And if the Deathclaw buggers off, you can just send dog meat after him to pull him back again. So, but I think on this actual playthrough, I'm still in Sanctuary. I don't think I actually continued with that character. I've got quite a lot of playthroughs on Fallout 4, all doing different things. The one I tend to use the most, although I've not played for a while, is survival mode. It's in survival mode, but I've got a couple of mods on there. I've got the headshot mod, where if I shoot someone in the head and they're like a normal being, they will die. Because I think it's stupid. If you shoot a raider in the head, they should die with one bullet. But also, if I get shot in the head, I die as well. But that particular mod, you can't kill everything in the head with one bullet. If it's like a Deathclaw, it can probably take a few shots to the head. So the mod is really realistic. It's good. And I also use a mod that enables me to put down a campsite anywhere, which enables me to save, which I think is also good. It's kind of immersive. It's more realistic, and I like it. And I use a couple of mods to make the scenery nice. I tend to change them. I use the spring one, the summer one, you know, like all the seasons. A bit like Forza. I like the way Forza changes seasons, and you have mods on Fallout 4 that enable you to do that. So you can have winter, or you can have spring, and it's nice. Right, yes, I know it does. I think I've mentioned that car. But, I mean, this video is quite old, and I did another more recent one talking about the cars that have the 7x multiplier. I really need your help. I have the same car, the Renault 5 Turbo. Right, your problem here is that you've got the normal Renault 5 Turbo, which only goes up to 5. You need the Forza Edition Renault 5 Turbo, which goes up to 7, excuse me. And that Forza Edition one also has the skills boost. Now, the way you're going to get that is in the auction house. They sell in there for about 400,000 1,000, I think. Does that sound right? That sounds like a lot. Am I going a bit mental? I can't remember. Anyway, they are definitely in the auction house. There's always loads of them. They go reasonably cheap. So the Renault 5 Forza Edition, that's the one you want. You can't trash it, it's your favourite. No, that's not right. I can't trash it because it's a barn find. But also, you cannot trash your favourites. So if I unfavourite it, I still can't trash it because it's a barn find. But if it wasn't a barn find, then that would be correct. Is there a way to have mods and still get achievements? Not really, no. When you put mods on, your achievements are turned off, which is kind of the idea behind this. It's like you can get almost over double max stats, you can get up to a really high level, doesn't affect your achievements. So that works, but if you use mods, you ain't got any achievements. I made 3 blueprints, but when I go to my creative blueprints, it only shows the first one I did. Yeah, we've talked about this a couple of times, and I think there is a problem with the blueprints, and we're not absolutely sure what causes it, but it seems like if you do a new one, the old one's no good. Do I know when it comes out in the UK? It's not in the UK? Seriously? I had no idea. I thought it was already in the UK. That's a shame. When it does come out, get it. It's good. That's really surprised me. I expected it to be... Are you sure? I am on the... although I live in Colombia now, I come from the UK, and my Xbox store is still set to UK. So I'm pretty sure it should already be out. Thanks, bro. You would like and a subbed. You are welcome. Nice to have you here. By the way, guys, this was the one I was thinking about. This guy used this to get unbanned from Rainbow Six Siege. So how cool is that? Just by moving the date on his Xbox, he managed to get his ban removed. Does anyone know how to delete blueprints? Right. One of the ways to delete a blueprint is if you make a track and you save it over the top of a different track, then all of the blueprints that was based on that original track will be removed. So that's one way to delete them. I don't know another way. You can't just go on a blueprint and say delete this. Although, because I haven't been on the Xbox for about a week or more, things might have changed. I don't know, there could have been an update. But you can't just go into a blueprint and delete it, but you can kind of save one over another one. And as far as I'm aware, that's the only way to get rid of them. But when you make a new blueprint from the same start point as a previous one, and it shares that, other people only see your new one. So they don't see your old one anyway, so you don't really need to delete them. But what you can also do, if you get to too many, is there about 5 or something you're allowed, and you try and make a new one, it says you've made too many, pick one to override, so you put it over the top of the old one, so you can do that. And I'm pretty sure that you can just do that anyway. So when you make a new blueprint, I'm pretty sure you can just put it over the top of a new one, so you can't really delete them, but you can make a new one over the top. I did have a good Christmas, thank you very much. Right, movies and games, 007 UK. I don't know why this is, but on my I've got on my phone, I've got like YouTube Studio where I check all my stats and all that stuff. Well, it's kind of this. This is the version of it on the internet, but I've got a version of it on my phone. And on the version of my phone, I don't think you can do it on here. But there's a thing where you can check your notifications. There's like a little icon, you click it and you can check all your notifications. And I have no idea why this is, but my notifications are any comment you have ever made on any video, right? Why is that? It's just insane. There's nothing else in there at all. There's nothing whatsoever. All there is all your comments. Nobody else's, just yours. And it doesn't matter what video you made it on or when you made it. Those are my notifications. I was like, why is this happening? So it's so weird. So yeah, on my phone, whenever I look at my notifications, all I get is a big list of every comment that you've ever made, but nobody else's. I have no idea why that happens. Right, what we got here? We're on Mutant Year Zero. I don't know why this is recommended. Oh, here we go. Look, this guy's... I watched this series a bit ago, I think, and I went back and watched the entire series now. Really enjoying it. It is really fun. You should play it. It's really good fun to play. It's a little bit of a shame, to be honest, if you're watching my playthrough, then you're playing it, because obviously you've got spoilers and stuff in there. But yeah, real good fun that game was. And it's the type of game I don't normally play, but I'm now going to be looking out for a few more games like that. I thought it was awesome. Really enjoyed it. There's an easier race than that. It'll give you 300,000 in 30 minutes or less. All you do is drive straight on the road race before you enter the roundabout. Right. What's going on here is I made this video excuse me, before we had the ability to create our own tracks. Now there are stacks of races that are very, very easy and quick to get credits. And some of them are a little bit boring, but one of the most common places is at the bottom of the motorway, just to the south of the motorway. There's a start point there. There are loads and loads of people that make blueprints for that particular start point that just go up and down the motorway, and you can do that to get credits. Now, usually those people have penalised the driver tires, made them weave or made them go off track a little bit, so you're guaranteed to win. So yeah, this works, but that was like a really good option before we could make our own, not our own blueprints, but our own actual track. Whereas now that video is not really so relevant because now we can lay down a track wherever we like and it makes it much easier. Why the fuck, when I put in glitches and exploits, why the fuck did this stuff come up? Cheats, what is the point? I can't get fucking achievements. Why are you so angry? When I put in glitches and exploits, right, if you're putting in a glitch or an exploit, you're cheating, you're not going to get achievements, are you? Because, like, that's achievements are like you've achieved something. And if you've done this to get completely unlimited money and then just like bought the best house, that's not achieving anything, that's just cheating. It's like this stuff enables you to play the game in a different way, or if you want to play the game in the way it's intended and get that satisfaction of managing to, you know, get money by playing the game well and getting good jobs for your Sims and training them up so they get promoted, then you're going to get achievements for that. What a bloody ridiculous comment. You ain't getting any thumbs up or down. Just came across your channel. I'm from Norwich. So, that dog that drifts. So, a drifter and from Norwich. I need to go back to Norwich. I haven't been there for a really long time. I had a lot of fun, a lot of awesome memories in Norwich. And, I mean, Alan Partridge comes from there. So, what more would you need? But I don't know whether it's changed. When I was there, you know the Castle Mall? They were building that while I was there. So I was there in 1992 sort of time, and that was just being built. And then after I left, well, got kicked out of university, and I went back and visited, I think they'd kind of finished it, but they were working on it for a really long time. I love Norwich. If you know it, I used to live on Hewenden Road. That was one of my... I lived at number 23 Hewenden Road in Norwich. That was where I had the house party, which I have talked about on some videos, which is the one that got me kicked out of uni. The house got set on fire. Someone threatened to kill everybody and then tried to commit suicide, and all hell broke loose. That was there. I also lived on Stafford Street, number 22 Stafford Street. So I can't believe I can remember these addresses. So that was just off Dereham Road near the Reindeer Club. That was the first place I lived when I lived in Norwich. And I didn't go to the UEA, I went to the art college on St George's Street or something. So yeah, I loved Norwich. It was a lot of fun, a lot of fun. And every time someone mentions it gives me some good memories. So yeah, they've still got Bonds, like a big department store. We used to cut through Bonds on the way to and from college, and when we hadn't got any money, we used to go in there and just get loads and loads of little milk and sugar sachets and take them home. And then like the security guard of Bonds come and got us one day, and he was like, "What are you doing? Every day you come in here and you steal all this sugar and all this milk. It's not free, you know." And I was like, "I've just bought a massive cup of tea. I'm gonna use it." And he was like, "Get out." So he didn't like us. My center goes faster than that. Mine hits 418? What the fuck? Well, I haven't tuned mine, so yeah, it probably does. Channel's growing fast. I think when I started watching you had like 900 subs. Good to see your channel grows. This probably won't happen, but I watch this YouTuber with 3.6 million subscribers, and he makes videos just like yours. I will see if I can get a popular comment on a video to tell people to come watch yours. Right, thanks, Caden. I did actually reply to this, and I thought that was quite awesome. I quite like that someone else has thumbed this guy up as well. I had a quick look at that channel. 3.6 million subscribers? I was like, what the fuck? That's pretty impressive, isn't it? Then again, you know that Baby Shark? That's like had over 2 billion views. There's like only 7 billion people on the planet. Although, I think my niece and my nephew are probably about 1 billion of those because they watch it a lot. But yeah, absolutely insane, the number of views that's had. And the people that made that as well, they've got loads of other videos, because I've got young relatives that come around a lot. I have to play this stuff. But I mean, it is cute as hell though, isn't it? But they have loads of other videos as well. There's one to do with bananas and monkeys and things, all sorts of stuff. And all of them have got loads and loads of views. And then there's loads of copies of Baby Shark as well that's also got loads of views. But the original Baby Shark, 2 billion views. It is insane. Yeah, I hope my channel grows. I'm not sure how easy it will be to do a comments on comments if I've got 3.6 million people. That'd be insane. But I've got quite a few channels. I have this one that's just my gaming. I've got one that's just free hypnosis stuff. I've got another one that's my hypnosis and law of attraction stuff. I've actually got one that teaches people about playing the piano, which I never ever mention, and it's only got 2 subscribers. So that one's taking quite a long time to grow. But yeah, I've got several YouTube channels for different things. I have lots of hobbies. I don't want to put it all together, so I kind of keep them a little bit separate. I'll probably start more ones in the future as well. Nice video and drifts. Thank you very much. It's nice of you to see them. And this, my drifting has got better since this, because this was the removing traffic where I'm drifting around that obelisk, and I wasn't doing very well on that. But I've now changed over to a different BMW from the Formula Drift cars, which I've not made a video at all of me in that car, but I did do a stream where I was in that car, which was when I changed over, which was the suggestion of one of my subs. And yeah, I'm getting a lot better. But that video I did, that stream, that's the last time I went on Forza, and that was bloody ages ago. Like probably getting on for 2 weeks. So maybe my drift skills are not quite so good anymore, but I need to get back on there as soon as the apartment is back to normal. You're welcome. Don't know what it's thanks for. How do you pick up the books without automatic message to claim skill point? Right, the thing is, when you pick up a book, when you pick up the original book, you claim your skill point. When you duplicate the book, if you drop it on the floor and you pick it up, nothing happens. If you drop it on the floor again and you pick it up a second time, most of the time that's going to give you the skill point, but sometimes nothing happens. Sometimes you have to drop a book and pick it up 3 times before you get the skill point. Now, if the skill point has already gone and you drop the book, then you pick it up, nothing will happen. But yeah, when you're duplicating books, the first time you pick them up, they do nothing. So when you saw me drop them all on the floor and pick them up and nothing happens, I have to drop them again and pick them up again before I get the skill point. Now, when they're going around on that conveyor belt thing, every time I'm grabbing them, that counts as picking them up. And then I put them back in the conveyor belt, they go around again, I grab that same book again, then I get the skill point. So yeah, you have to pick them up twice. Does this only work at the start? I'm mid-game. No, you can do this at any point you like. It works from anywhere. So, edit. After some research, it actually is a DLC. Well, the DLC enables you to duplicate your special book, which gets you the double max stats. But you can level up your character with the Molotov cocktails without the DLC. So you need the DLC to have the conveyor belt contraption, and the conveyor belt contraption is what you use to duplicate your special book. It works exactly the same way that the dog meat duplication glitch works. I think that doesn't work anymore. I could never do it anyway. I think the timing's really difficult. But if you don't have the DLC, search on YouTube for the dog meat duplication glitch and watch videos on that and see if that still works. I don't know if it does, but if it does still work, it works the same way as this. It's the same idea. Just as he goes to pick up the book, you grab it and you get one and he gets one. It's exactly the same as when the book enters the conveyor, you get one, the conveyor gets one. And that's kind of where this comes from. I couldn't do the dog meat thing, and when I started messing around the conveyor belts, I kind of realised it's the same idea. It's going somewhere and I'm getting it. So I did a lot of practice with trying to grab it. I did all sorts of different things. We've put in boxes on the conveyor belt to slow it down, all kinds of stuff, and it did duplicate. So that's where this came from originally. It's because I couldn't do the dog meat. I was looking for other ways of exploiting the same idea. We've already talked about that, so I'm not going to go over it again. What we got here, cheapest wheel spin, or you can spend 150k and 20 points on a 3.3 litre 1982 Porsche. Yeah, I've talked about this car dozens of times in lots of videos, and I've actually also dedicated several videos just to this. It's not the only car that does it. The Nissan Fairlady from 1969 is exactly the same. Plenty of videos all about that on my channel. I'm confused. How do I access your blueprints? We have talked about this. It's been like a month since I watched your videos. I tell you what, it's been a long time since I made one now. And when I replied here, I actually said, oh, it's Caden again. When I replied here, I actually said it felt like a month since I made one. And now it feels like much longer. It's all this stuff that's going on in the apartment is so disruptive and annoying. And now that it's an issue with water, obviously everything that's electric, we have to kind of move. So aside of that, the main problem is everything that's normally on the terrace, which is kind of like the parasol, the barbecue, some plants, like table and chairs, the furniture that goes outside, all of that stuff is now in the apartment. So the apartment is a little bit congested and a mess. And we've also been having the work thing going on with the floor in the bedroom, which caused a lot of dust because they had to smash up a load of concrete. So the apartment is just a mess. It's not pleasant being here. It's like I've gone to the gym more times in the past few weeks than I have ever in my life, just because of getting out of the dusty environment of the apartment. And it's not nice sitting in a mess, when you're just cramped up in a little corner. So yeah, I've been going to the gym a lot. Does this work on ammo? No, it doesn't, but you can duplicate the things that you need to make ammo and then make it with the ammo factory if you have the add-on, the workshop add-on, I think it's that one. So it won't do it without the DLC, but that's the way you do it. You can look at the map in the creator with manual. Yes, you can. So if you're making a blueprint and you have your gears set to automatic, then hang on, you can look at the map in the creator with manual on. You simply press the option button. Well, it doesn't work for me, but I've not been on the game for a long time. This could have been an update. But normally, if you're on manual, you can't go into the map. I've tried every button, nothing worked. When you're on automatic, you can go into the map, but maybe they've changed it. So who knows? So thanks, Lenny, or Leonard. Man, get to the shit. You talk too fucking much. You probably shouldn't be watching my videos if you don't like people who talk too much. Just go and find somebody else. I'm not for you. I'll be honest, it's not that much money for 40 minutes of super boring racing. Well, just don't do it then. It's like, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed doing this 50-lap track. But another person here saying buying the Porsche. We've talked about this in other videos. If you don't like doing this, it's not for you, don't do it. There are other people that would find buying the Porsche, taking the perks out of it, selling the Porsche, having to go and grind to get perk points and then buy another one. They would find that mind-numbingly boring. And I think doing this is way more boring than doing this. I enjoyed this race. It was fun. And it was challenging to actually win, but the driver tires fuck up and they get stuck. But yeah, it works. This works, yes it does. This works, yes it does. Oh, hang on a sec. Mine says unable to execute command. Right. Make sure you are in the game where you can move your Sims around and click on stuff and stuff like that. So make sure you're not like in the neighborhood screen. Make sure you're not in the build screen or anything like that, and then press all the shoulder buttons and it should work for you. It's not like an exploit, it's a feature of the game. It's not something that you're doing that you shouldn't do. This is part of the game, so it absolutely 100% works. So on the PlayStation, it'll be R1, R2, L1, R2, press all four of them at the same time. You get a little box appear at the top and then you type in the command. It definitely works. And then for the Xbox, RB and LB and both trigger buttons. All four at once, then type it in. But you have to be in the normal game where you would just click on stuff and say, make dinner or whatever. Which is what this person has said. I have to do it in the game, not in the lobby. Or where you choose your... Oh, that's exactly what I've just said. So yeah, good comment. Mine wouldn't work either. I was on the lot. Yeah, you can't be on the lot. You've got to actually be in the game or it won't work. Obviously worked for this person. They've now got 1 and lots of zeros. Right. I never really understood the motivation behind doing this stuff. You're doing all the mundane chores for who knows how long, only to remove a portion of the game that adds a small amount of joy to your experience every time you level up. It's interesting that you can do it. I just don't get why you would. Because all people are different. Now, bear in mind that I have a lot of playthroughs on Fallout 4. One of them is totally vanilla. One of them is survival mode. One of them is survival mode with mods. One of them is me getting to the highest level by doing this and then going and just having a lot of fun. I have lots of different playthroughs. It's like I get way more value out of the game than a person that comes to the game and just says, I'm going to play it the way that it was intended because any other way is going to spoil it for me. They get one playthrough of value for it. I get lots. Right? Doing this doesn't change my other playthroughs. I'm still playing it vanilla, I'm still playing it with mods, I'm still playing it with cheats, I'm playing it in lots of different ways and I'm getting a lot more value. If you don't enjoy being top level straight away and just blasting through everything with unlimited ammo, if you don't like that, don't do it. But we're all different and that's what you need to understand. Some people like it, some people don't. You're very welcome. I'm glad that I was able to help you. I've gone back a week, look. That's pretty good for comments on comments. And I'm getting through this really fast. I'm conscious that I want to get through it quickly. I've got a lot to do today. And I'm talking very quickly. So I'm sorry if I'm talking too fast. I'm level 27. I haven't got the auction house yet. What should I do? What? You haven't got the auction house? Well, I know why somebody's saying level up, dumbass, because that doesn't do anything. I didn't know that there was any restrictions on having the auction house. Well, that's weird. I have no idea. I would have assumed the only way that you could possibly not have the auction house is if you're still on kind of like the tutorial at the beginning where it makes you do certain races and guides you through the game until you get to autumn or whatever it is. And there's no way you're going to be level 27 before that, surely, is there? I don't think there is. Play the game that it's trying to make you play. Qualify for the autumn season, and you should have the auction house. I really didn't think there was any requirements to get it. And whatever those requirements are, if there are, it can't be very much because I think nearly everyone has got it. When I try to hold down B, the store screen comes up, but not the scrap scene. Right, watch the video that's in the link. There is a link in the description to this that shows you the controller view. Watch me do it. I show you 2 different ways of doing it. It's very, very easy. I would say it definitely still works, but because I've not been on my Xbox for a little while, I haven't checked it within the past few days. But oh my god, this is Fallout 4. They're not suddenly, after all this time, going to have patched this. I would say with confidence that it still works, but I will check it. I've made 12 million through the Porsche exploit now, 83 of them. Bloody hell, that's a grind. That is a grind. Right, even the process of just buying them takes time. And you can auction them if you want to, or you can just delete them, but you double your money every time. But it is a grind, and obviously you've got to get a huge amount of skill points to do it. It's not an exploit. No, it's not. You're dead right. It's just a thing in the game that you can do to get extra money. They absolutely know when they created that car that it has the ability to double your money. You need to get skill points. Which makes me worried that even more cars will be in wheel spins for future updates instead of the auto show. I think they're fully aware of how easy it is. You can find money. Yeah, getting money is easy, isn't it? I mean, it's a bit boring, to be honest. I mean, I did this for quite a bit just to get a bit of a bump on money when I wanted to buy the castles and stuff like that. But it is a bit boring. It does take time. The simple process of buying the car takes time. The process of actually, like going into the skill perk tree and actually spending the skill points, that takes time. It's not instant. It's not like you're on a computer and you can just click the mouse on the ones you want and say yes and they're done straight away. You click one, it spins around, you've got to wait for it. It takes time. And then of course you have to get all those skill points as well. Works of December the 23rd. I'm pretty certain it will still work today. Will this disable the ability to still get achievements? No, it doesn't. No, only mods do as far as I know. Right, that's correct. The echo hurts my soul. Sorry. If you're watching this, you'll be aware that this is a much better quality video, much better quality sound. I have been spending money on things. I bought 2 different microphones to be able to get something that sounds good. There is a lot of echo still though because of what's going on in the apartment. There's no soft furnishings in this room at the moment. There's some furniture from outside, which is glass. So there's echo because of that, but obviously it's a lot better than it was previously when I was actually recording using the built-in microphone on the MacBook. Great video. I bought the Bone Shaker when it was in the Forza shop. They need to put the twin mill in there. Where are we? They could have made the street races more realistic. What's to stop a cat or a deer crossing the road while you are racing? Just like the Isle of Man TT races, everything can happen while racing on normal roads. Have you got the TT, like the bike TT racing thing? If you have, do they do things just jump into the road? I have no idea. I haven't got it, but I was going to get it, but I don't know why I didn't. I just haven't yet. I've got so many games I've not played, but I have been to the Isle of Man and I've watched the TT races. I went to the Isle of Man, oh my God, in 1982 when I was 8 years old. I remember it because it was the year that the 20 pence piece came out in the UK, and the first 20 pence piece I saw was one from the Isle of Man with the "Any way you throw me, I stand," the 3 legs thing on there. And obviously in the Isle of Man you have the Manx cats with the little stubby tails, which were quite cute. We went up to the Laxey Wheel, I think it's called. Like a big water wheel. You go up and stand on top of that and you feel like you're falling over. And halfway up there they'd got a couple of arcade machines. There was Pac-Man. That's how long ago it was. But yeah, we went to the Isle of Man, had an awesome holiday, stopped in Douglas, which is the capital, but went all over the island. It's only quite small. And on the way over there, this was really fucking awesome. I've never seen this before. We went over on the ferry, and for most of the journey on there was like a pod of dolphins that was swimming alongside our boat on the way. But all the way they were just jumping out of the water and back in, and it was amazing. It's like there was quite a few of them, maybe about 7 or 8, and they were just jumping out of the water over and over and over again. Alongside the boat for most of the journey to the Isle of Man. It was pretty incredible. So that was my favourite holiday for a really long time. I really enjoyed it. I'd like to go back there, but yeah, I was only 8 years old. But yeah, it was so awesome. I was in the woods there actually, and I don't know why, but I threw a stick like a big, I don't know whether it was a hornet's nest or a wasp's nest, and then they all chased me. And I actually jumped into a river to get away from them, and I stayed under the water for as long as I could, and when I come back up they weren't there. So yeah, I was on a rope swing, and there was like a wasp, but it was a big thing. It was like probably a hornet, but that was buzzing around me. And when I was on the rope swing, and I'd kind of wandered off by myself, and bear in mind I'm just 8, and I saw the nest and I threw this stick. I shouldn't have done it, it was wrong to do, but I threw the stick at it, and then they just all come swarming out after me. I shit myself. I was sprinting like hell, and I was so fortunate that I was next to a river, so I just jumped into the river and stayed under the water for as long as I could. I was so lucky. But yeah, if they'd have all got me, I'd have been fucked. Seriously, I would have been. There were hundreds and hundreds of whatever they were just stinging the hell out of me. That would not have been good. But yeah, it was really good fun, the Isle of Man. 66 likes and 6 dislikes. Whoa, hey, let's have a look if that's still the same. What's it on now? Right. What we got on here now? Come on, hurry up and load. Oh, I can't get it from here. This is where does it tell me? View on YouTube. If I press this, it'll go onto YouTube, then I can see it. Did it work? There we go. Right, it is. I'm going to pause it so I don't start talking. Look at this, right? Because I live in Colombia, all of my adverts that I see are all this. I don't even understand them. So, look, it's 77 and 9 now. So it was 66 and 6. Now it's 77 and 9. And 6-3 was, how satisfying is that? 6s and 3s in there. Oh, I do love it. And this is divisible by 3 as well. Great pleasure. Right, let's get back. Have I messed up? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Here we go. This is where I should be. Right, there we go. There's a friend called Froggy. He wasn't soggy. Right, it's the MGB, not the MGB. Right, it's made by MG. I'm going to keep saying MGB, right? I don't care. It's made by MG. It's in the MG section. And then when you go in there, it says MGB. So that's the easiest. If people go into the MG section looking for a car called the B, they're not going to find anything, are they? So there we go. For example, if you look at Aston Martins in the auction house, it will say AM in front of the Aston Martin. So I don't care. The way I'm saying it, whether it's true or not, is making it easier for people to find. Driving cat. I'd like to see a cat drive. How to get the Forza Farm rewards. I don't know. They just give it you. I don't know. I mean, I didn't realise you had to do anything to get them. Go into the Forza Von shop and buy them. You can do that for sure. Not sure if you'll see this. I can see it. But you can now get the Ford Capri Forza Edition from Ranked Adventures rewards. Oh my goodness me. So all this time that I've not been able to get on my Xbox, the bloody Ford Capri is here. I had no idea. So yeah, I've got all this disruption with the flood and the dust. Who would believe that? Oh my god, just check this. Ranked Adventures, here I come. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Not sure if I'm even going to attempt it. I've not even looked at those Ranked Adventures. They look like things that I can't do. So I had no idea. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Don't really know how it works. Wow, so we now can get the Ford Capri. I might have to make a video sharing this information and obviously crediting Brennan. Let's see if you've got a channel. If you've got a channel, I might make a video on that and tell people and then say, look, this came from Brennan. Oh, no, you haven't. You've got one subscriber and no stuff. So unfortunately, that wouldn't do you any good. But I had no idea. That's crazy. I made a better one. Okay, bully for you. Why don't you tell us about it? You've made a better one. Tell us what it is. Give us the name of it and then people can race it. Share your blueprint, man. I do share my blueprints, but unfortunately the system doesn't allow you to access them sometimes. What we got here, the Hoonigan RWB Porsche. A lot easier to just buy it and build it. Why frustrate yourself with unnecessary races which are poorly constructed? What I didn't realise when I made this video is that if you buy the 1982 Porsche 911 Turbo 3.3, you can actually upgrade it to this RWB Porsche just in the body kits. So yeah, you did right. I didn't know that, but I do know that now. I realised it much later. Right, to save a step, drop the items in your inventory and then pick them back up to concentrate them into one stack. I've used this same junk dupe for years. I doubt they'll patch it. You're damn right, Aaron, they won't patch it. I've used it for ages too. Although this video says September 2018, this video is actually from a long time ago, but I updated the thumbnail in September of 2018 when I went back and checked it and made sure it still worked. But it's a very old video. And also I've made newer videos on this same exploit where I do say, drop the stuff, pick it up, and it will all go into one stack. Whereas on this original video, I didn't know that. But yeah, on my updates, I do say this. Right. He protect, he attack, but most importantly, this video is perfect. I have no idea what this means, but thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. Changing date on your Xbox. No, just no. Well, I'm gonna thumbs up you. I'm not gonna thumbs up you. Hi Katsumi, do you know if they've patched the skill point farming glitch? I didn't know there was a skill point farming glitch. I've had loads of people, you've got the same name as me, but mine's the V, and right? My name is on Facebook with Stephen with a V, but loads of people keep sending me messages on Facebook and writing it like this, Stephen with a P and a H, which I consider to be a more elegant and posher version, even though my Facebook says Stephen with a V. They still always put my name like this, but no, it's not, it's with a V. I've had a few people comment on a few of my videos saying that the farming skill point exploit glitch has been, they've stopped it. I didn't know there was one. I didn't know there was a glitch that you could do to farm skill points. I just farmed skill points by driving around getting skill points, getting my skill chain up and then letting them add up. And I didn't know there was any glitch that could be exploited for this, so I honestly don't know. I wasn't using a glitch. What we got from here? Watcha. Oh, sorry, no, I thought it was going, watcha, as in hello. But you are saying, what are you? Say, what you going to do with all that cash? Go to the cat house and spend it on hookers. Hookers. It's hard to read your accent. Welcome to Forza Horizon, where you can learn to be a credit assets manager. Thanks for all the information, but I would prefer just jumping off the cliffs. Do that then. Just go jump off the cliffs. Each to their own. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Dude, this makes no sense. And why would you do this? It's so bad of a cheat. What's the fucking point, guys? There's millions of easy ways to do this. Right. Moses, you need to understand that not every other person on the planet is the same as you, right? Some people think this is awesome. Some people are like, wow, that's brilliant. This is going to enable me to play the game in a different way that's going to give me another load of value and pleasure. I've played it the way that Moses plays it. Now I want to play it the way that cheaters play it. In fact, next time I'm going to get some mods. I don't understand why so many people bitch on videos where you talk about a way of playing a game in a different way because they simply cannot expand their mindset to understand that someone might like things. Oh, fuck, my coffee's gone cold. Damn. I might go and replace it. It's really cold. It's an espresso, and these are not nice when they're cold, but I'm going to drink it anyway. Dude, you need to start to expand your mind to understand that other people enjoy things that you don't. And one of the things that other people enjoy is to get their character up to double max stats and just go and obliterate the hell out of everything. I'll tell you what they also probably do. They probably level their character up pretty high as well and then duplicate a shitload of bullets. I do. I've got that, I can't remember what it is. It's the shotgun that you don't have to load. So it's got like the special thing. And I have unlimited shotgun bullets. So I just blast the hell out of everything with my shotgun that doesn't need to be reloaded, and it's awesome. My garage is full of those Porsches. Yeah, and mine. It's ridiculous, isn't it? But, I mean, you can just trash them. It just takes time. Great work, dude. Oh, yeah, my finger painting of Ultimecia. Ultimecia and Adal were by far my favourite villains in any game ever. Both from Final Fantasy VIII. They need to remake Final Fantasy VIII. I was talking to a friend of mine about this, Anthony. He's a big Final Fantasy fan. And when Final Fantasy was out, he videoed all the FMV sequences and we used to watch them. He got them all on video. But he was saying to me, he sent me a message the other day on Facebook saying, all the other Final Fantasies have been remade, but there is a problem with they have lost something to do with Final Fantasy VIII, like the original artwork or something or whatever, which is why they've not remade it yet. But I so wish they would. It's an awesome, awesome game. But yeah, because I couldn't get on the Xbox, I decided to do a little bit of drawing. I drew Ultimecia. I also drew Lara Croft. Well, the woman that plays Lara Croft from whatever it's called, that program I don't watch, that everyone else watches in the entire world. Right, 2 programs I don't watch, that everybody else watches. The Walking Dead, I don't watch that. And whatever the one is with the dragons and the woman who walks around naked all the time, who is Lara Croft. What's it called? Game of Thrones. That's it. I don't watch either of those. I'm aware of them. I have watched them whilst people are watching them or are in the same room as me, but they're just not my thing. I've never really been a fan of stuff that's sort of a bit dirty. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit OCD. I am a bit OCD. But I having said that, I'm not like a germaphobe. It's like my wife moans at me all the time for putting money in my mouth. If someone gives me some money and I'm doing something, I'll put it into my mouth like a note, and she'll be like, loads of people have touched that. I don't care. If I drop something on the floor, I'll pick it up and eat it. I don't care. I kind of think it's a good thing because if you get a little bit of germs, it boosts your immune system. It's like. That's good. It's like vaccinations. That's how they work. They give you a little bit of something bad, and your body, fights it away. So if you get the proper thing that's bad, you already have this immunity to it. That's how that works. And I very, very rarely have a cold. I'm never ill or anything like that. Even when people around me are really sick, I never get sick. And apart from what you know about, which was a few weeks ago, which is very, very unusual for me. But yeah, I can go years and years without having a cold or anything. And I think it's because I do things like that. It's like I put my fingers in my mouth all the time. I touch everything. I embrace germs and they boost my immune system. I haven't got a clue why I'm talking about this. I did a finger painting of Ultimecia. I wanted to do a deer next, but then I got distracted by something, which happens. Watch the controller, it's easier. 21st December. Yeah, you're right. The controller view video is much, much easier. I'm always telling people to watch it. There is a link in the description that tells you how to do that. How do you delete blueprints? We've talked about this already. Someone help. We have talked about it. I hope you watch this video. You're going to think, why has he thumbs it up and not answered my question? You just have to put another one over the top. Right, next. To learn, just modify Nissan Silvia. 700 to 100 horsepower suspension status. This is drifting. I'm using the Formula Drift BMW car now. I'm really, really, really liking it, although I've not done anything for a while. But this is going to help other people. I thought this was Venezuela then, but it's Valenzuela. Valenzuela. I wonder if Rodrigo Godoy Valenzuela comes from Venezuela. It would be a very good name for someone who does live in Venezuela. There's a lot of Venezuelan people in Colombia at the moment, but obviously there's a lot of shit going on in Venezuela, and it's not a very good place to live. So yeah, there's a huge number of Venezuelan people here. There's a lot of homeless Venezuelan people here as well, and people begging at cars and things when you're in traffic. But there's also a lot that have come here and got jobs, which is nice. Can you do this for Fortnite? I have no idea. Try it, see if it works. I don't know, because Fortnite is an online game, isn't it? Now, I know that when you do this on Forza and then you go back online, Forza knows you're online, it checks the date and corrects it for you, and then it changes the season. So there's a bloody good chance that Fortnite does the same too. Still working? Yep. Right, the new fine art. Right, let's have a little look. Your comments are always quite big. It's on the comments by Jim. I did watch this when you posted it, but couldn't make a comment at the time. We live in a society where free speech is advocated. We all have opinions on YouTube, and this is a place where opinions can be shared. You should always consider opinions no matter how unwelcome they may be. However, you shouldn't force an opinion on anybody. People launch channels on here, and over time the channels grow by finding an audience who appreciate the content that they post. This is a channel about a guy from Nuneaton. Hello, that's me. In England, who moved to Bogota in South America. Hello, that's still me. And he makes videos about game exploits and glitches, and playthroughs and drawings and other stuff. Mostly following Horizon 4, and has grown to include other games. I actually started with Fallout 4, and then Horizon 4 come next, but Horizon seemed to have made the channel grow, so most of my subscribers are here for Forza rather than Fallout. The channel has grown large because a large part of the content is videos where he takes the time to go through comments. Yes, like what is happening right now, that his subscribers leave on his videos, and then goes off on tangents relating to life experiences and talks as if you're in the room. Yeah, I do. This is true. It's that sort of thing is not your cup of tea, then use your fingers to select another channel and fuck off, you opinionated twat. There you go. Enough said. Right, I'll tell you what's interesting, okay? This is on a video, comments on comments by Jim, and Jim was moaning about some of my comments, saying I'm a capitalist, I'm trying to make money and all that kind of stuff. And it wasn't until after reading some of Jim's comments that I thought, I'll tell you what, I should put more adverts in my videos. I should monetize my account. I should have a Patreon account. So now I've done all of those things, and most of those things are a direct result about what I was thinking whilst reading Jim's comments and thinking, what the fuck, yeah, I should make more money doing this. If people are getting value from what I'm putting out there, then hopefully they get value back. Now, if you do like this idea of sitting in a room with me where I talk to you about things, and you also want to learn about hypnosis, then just a quick plug, pop over to my website here, my free hypnosis lessons, and if you click on one of the links, I mean, you can view them on YouTube. I'll just quickly show you one. Right. Oh, this is me. This is me a while ago. Oh, what a lovely pause. This is me pre-beard from a while ago, but shut up. Thank you. But I don't look like that anymore. This is from, I don't know, several years ago. But this is me just chatting about hypnosis like you're in the room with me, and it's like nice one-on-one. So I chat about hypnosis, I tell you how to do it, I tell you some stuff. And it's nice and easy. There's 33 in total. They're all free. Just watch them. So if you want to learn how to become a hypnotist, get yourself over to that website, freehypnosislessons.com. You can watch them on the actual website itself, and if you do that, then there's these adverts here that make me money if you buy products from them. They are very good products. I'm not going to recommend anything that isn't good, or you can pop over to YouTube and watch them on YouTube. Now, this particular account on YouTube is not monetized. The reason it's not monetized is because it's not had enough viewing hours over the past year. It needs to have 4,000 viewing hours over the past year, and I think it's not on that, which is why it's not monetized. So I'd really appreciate if you go there and watch some of these videos, because that will bump my viewing hours up and I can monetize these videos. I absolutely intend to monetize them. What I am giving away here, I used to sell for a lot of money, and there are people that have paid for other hypnosis courses and they've paid a huge amount of money for them. Then they've come into my course and they think my course is better. And the reason I think that a lot of my content is better is because I was genuinely very obsessed with hypnosis. So I was learning it to a level that was much higher than what you would do if you were just going on a course. It was an obsession of mine, so I needed to know everything. So if you want to know anything about hypnosis at all, do pop over to my free hypnosis lessons. You don't even have to give me your email address or anything. It's just all here. It's there for you. When you get there, it looks like this. And then you just go on the lessons, and here they all are. It tells you a little bit about each lesson. You can watch it on the site. I'm repeating myself. Anyway, let's get back to here. So there we go, the new fine art. Thank you, you are correct. Right, Simon, sweet, I couldn't draw that. This comment really actually made me laugh. I couldn't draw that if you got someone else who can draw to actually draw it for me. I thought that was awesome, so that really made me laugh. Next, impresses, keep on fingering. Yeah, I do like fingering, it's great. Bro, sexy haircut. What was this from? This is how to change that out in the Xbox, and because of the way I was recording, I was just videoing the screen, the TV went black, you can see a reflection of me and my sexy haircut. It's not through choice, it's through age. It's like, I have the right amount of face because my hair has moved backwards, but I now have a beard. So I still have the correct proportion of hair to skin, but it's moved up, and it seems to be moving up over the back of my head. So, which it's not bad. I'm 44. My brother was completely bald before he was 30. So I'm doing pretty well, but I have a pretty stress-free life. Right, Ethan Hunter has to say, gay man. Why? I have no idea why that is gay, or whether saying gay man is a good thing or a bad thing in your eyes. Oh, dearie me, what a twat. Let's have a look at his channel, shall we? Is there anything there? Oh no, there's nothing there. So anyway, let's get back. Thanks for my... Obviously you don't mean sexy haircut, you mean you've got no hair. Constructive criticism, unnecessary intro, and video length. Here's some advice for you. Don't watch any more of my videos. They all have me talking a lot. If that's not your thing, just go somewhere else. There are lots of videos on YouTube that are very short and to the point. Mine are not like that. Deep discounts on consoles for Fallout 76. Some retailers have it at $29. Yeah, there are. I mean, they had to, really, didn't they? I mean, over and over again, we keep getting news from Bethesda doing something to fuck over their fan base. And, I mean, what are they? Bethesda need to fire some people, and they need to seriously sort themselves out, because it's going to be hard for them to recover from what has happened. But I think, obviously, fixing the game, making it really cheap, and saying sorry, and also giving people that bloody bag that they expect. You know, the decent, proper canvas bag, not that shitty one that's made out of some throwaway material that would be embarrassing to take to the gym. If you don't know what that's about, then go on to YouTube and search for Bethesda bag, and you'll see all about it. It's just well out of order. They are bloody idiots. So hopefully they'll sort themselves out. What do I miss most about England? Right, I miss brown sauce, as I said here, and I miss decent tea bags. Not much else, really. No, I'll tell you what I do miss. I miss like in a town centre, you have almost every town centre in England is like this. You have a pedestrian zone that's quite big, that's just for people, and then a load of shops, and every now and again you'll get a little shopping mall here or there. It's like, that's the way England is, apart from possibly Milton Keynes, which is a little bit different. Right, Colombia is a little bit more like Milton Keynes. It's just roads everywhere and then a big fuck-off shopping mall. But not really many pedestrianised areas and little towns. There's one or two, but it's not really like that. And I kind of miss that. I miss just walking around in the town, popping from one shop to another, the town being full of people, and there being like buskers and things, and, you know, the market, having a market there and stuff. I mean, there are those things here, but not as much as there is in England. But in England, most certainly almost every single town you go to, the centre of the town is a big pedestrianised area and it's full of shops. That doesn't tend to happen so much here. All the shops are inside shopping malls. And that's a weird thing to miss, but I do miss that. The other thing that I miss, obviously, is brown sauce, particularly HP, but also Daddy's. If you can't get HP, Daddy's would be a nice alternative. They don't have either of those here. There's a nice barbecue sauce that I found here the other day that's got like, it's a little bit smoky, but it's also like it's not sticky, but it's got like the taste of a bit like a sticky honey barbecue sauce, and that's quite nice. It's a little bit different to normal barbecue sauce. I quite like it. So at the moment, that is my go-to for my bacon sandwiches because I don't have brown sauce, but I'm definitely going to bring in some brown sauce back with me. Next time I'm going to England, I don't know. I'm planning on going in May, but I'm not sure if I'm going to go to England or not yet. What I might do, we're going to do one of these things. We're either going to go to London, and then go up to Nuneaton and visit all my family. And then from London, we'll go to Madrid. From Madrid, we'll go to Italy. And from Italy, we'll go to some island in Greece. We don't know which ones. So somewhere there, or to Athens or something. Then go back to London, then go back to Colombia. So that's one option. The other option is to fly from Colombia straight to Spain, which is cheaper and a lot easier for my wife because the process for a visa is very complicated. But the flight is actually cheaper. Even though it's further, it's a different airline and it's cheaper. So we'll fly to Spain, go to Madrid, because it's where my wife went to university. So there's places she wants to go there. While we're in Spain, we'll go to Valencia, which is where my uncle lives. And my family will go from England to Valencia and we'll all meet each other there. Then me and my wife will go on to Italy, then we'll go on to Greece, then we'll go back to Spain, and then we'll go back to Colombia. So we're going to do one of those two things. But if one of those, if I go to England, I'm getting brown sauce and tea bags. If I go to Spain, I'm going to ask my family that are going to meet me in Spain to get some brown sauce and tea bags and bring them over to Spain so I can collect them and take them back. So, I mean, brown sauce, bacon sandwiches are just not the same with anything else. And some people, those people that you have red sauce, what's wrong with you? It's just, that you are ruining bacon. It has to be brown sauce. What we got here? Pissing myself laughing. Don't do a video then before you go for number 2. What? I have no idea what you're talking about. But there you go. Razdaz. I don't know what that reference is about, but obviously something was going on in the video. 51 seconds into this video, realising this is how girls put makeup on. You know what? I read your comment, and I was thinking to myself, it's like I'm quite artistic, right? If I was a girl or a tranny, I would be good at doing makeup because I understand how colours work, I understand how light and shape work, and I'm quite good at doing artistic things with my hands. I always have been, right? Imagine if you are a girl and you are incredibly shit at art, but every day you've got to put makeup on, right? That's a challenge. It's like, I know some people that cannot draw for shit. And if I said to them, hey, do some makeup on this person's face, they would totally balls it up. Now, if that person's got to put makeup on their own face, it's like everyone that wears makeup, male, female, whatever, you've got to have some sort of artistic skill to be able to do that. That's something you've got to practice and you've got to get good at it. And I was also thinking, I spent quite a lot of time actually thinking about this. I was also thinking, if you put makeup on, you're getting practice of blending colours and doing light and shade and all that stuff every single day. Well, for some people every day anyway, not for everybody. But does that make you a better artist? I mean, if I go on like a bit of a drawing, if I spend a lot of time drawing, I get better at it. And it's noticeable. It's a skill that improves. And if I don't draw for a few months and then I draw something, it's not very good. But if I draw every day for a week and I draw something, it'll be way better. And I was thinking about how much just applying makeup each day makes you better at art. And anyway, so there we go. I was thinking about that stuff. Right, does anyone have any of these cars? I want the Crown Vic. I really do. I mean, I want the Crown Vic more than I want the Forza Edition Capri. This is what I consider the car I want the most in Forza Horizon. I don't want anyone to give it me or sell it me or anything like that. I want to get it. I want to get the Crown Vic on a wheel spin, but I haven't yet. Thanks, man. You're welcome. Nice. nice. Oh, what was it? Oh, it was this. So yeah, what's her name? Alicia someone. Vikander. Alicia Vikander. Is that correct? I have no idea. So yeah, the girl that is in Game of Thrones and also plays Lara Croft. She's really, really short, isn't she? And I didn't realise she was until I saw her actually as the person she is, not as an actress in a film, but actually as the person she really is, whilst in an interview or something. I thought she's really tiny person. Just sent you a message on Xbox. I'm well behind. Well, let's have a look. Just watch that. Oh God, we're 2 weeks ago. God, I'm getting through these. So yeah, this stuff has happened now. Look at this big conversation going on here. Anyway, you need to go and hire a big industrial fan. Yeah, everyone in Colombia always goes on about Shakira. It's like, yeah, we have a famous person. And Pablo Escobar, of course. Although they don't actually go on about Pablo Escobar quite as much as Shakira. I think they're quite proud of Shakira and they're a little bit of ashamed by Pablo Escobar. And all that shit that went on in May last year. I didn't know about this. My wife told me about it last night. A guy from England came over to Colombia and he's got like a Latina wife, got a couple of kids. And he went to Pablo Escobar's grave in Medellin and snorted cocaine off the grave and put it on social media, and it's caused a big problem. Now, a lot of people in Colombia are very pissed off about this, so he's got a huge number of threats because of it. And a lot of people in England are very pissed off about this, so he's got a huge number of threats from England. So the governments got involved, and he got chucked out of Colombia. So his wife and children are in Colombia, but he is not. He's back in England. And England are apologising to Colombia, saying, I'm sorry about this complete arsehole. Not all English people are like this. We know he's a twat. He's made your country look bad. He's made our country look bad. We are sorry. So he has seriously tainted the relationship between England and Colombia by doing this. And now he is saying, oh, I'm really sorry. Can I please come back into Colombia to see my children? Which Colombia is saying, no, you can't, fuck off. Which I think is kind of right, because yes, he is their dad. Yes, children need a dad. But do we need a dad that snorts cocaine off Pablo Escobar's grave? Is that a good role model? Is that the type of person you want to bring up to little children? I don't think that it is. And I'm English in Colombia. And this guy has tainted the reputation of English people in Colombia. So now Colombian people don't like English people so much anymore. So I stand out. Now, it's like if I go out somewhere, it's very unusual for me to hear anyone speaking English. Very, very unusual. Sometimes there's some people from North America here, but it's quite rare. But normally, on an average day, I see 100% Colombian people and me. And for most Colombian people, I will be the first and the last English person that they see. It's like foreign people are very unusual here. And because my beard is ginger-ish, my skin is pale-ish, and I'm taller than everybody else in this country, I stand out as a foreigner. I look different, obviously. I don't look Colombian. Now, my wife is Colombian, she's Latina, but she doesn't look it. She looks... I'll show you, and you can see what she looks like. Right, let's go to my Facebook page. And... God, I'm shit at Facebook. Oh, look at this. This is so awesome. This is a picture I posted 4 years ago. Look at this. Let me zoom in. How cool is that? Get off. Get the wet shit out the way. No, I can't zoom in. This was in Leamington Spa. Just this dog sitting in this little car. It's just like that. It's fucking awesome. I don't know how I get to... I'm so rubbish at Facebook. It's like, I used to use it a long time ago. They've added loads of really confusing shit, and now it's a mess. So I'll go on my Facebook. Photos. I'll go on my photos. That's me and my wife. We've got our wedding photo. This is in New York. God, that's going back some. That's actually a real drawing I did of a dog for a friend. It's me falling into a pool. Here's a lovely picture of me in a barbershop in Turkey getting abused by, yes, very ridiculous. These are some of my... Actually, I'll show you some of my fancy dress costumes. Let's have a look. This was my Charlie Chaplin. And then if I go back a little while... Where are they? This one here, okay? I decided... This was Halloween, obviously. And I did this fancy dress for Halloween. And the night before Halloween... I hadn't got a costume ready. I didn't know what to do. I was in the bathroom and I was just having a shave. And I thought to myself, if I shave a section of my head like this, let's make it big. Right, I thought if I just shave a section of my head, and I got prosthetics because this was when I was with my ex. We used to have prosthetics and do this sort of makeup stuff all the time. So I thought I'll shave a section of my head and I'll do like a prosthetic scar, so I look like I've had a lobotomy, and I'll do this stuff on my face so I look like I've scratched myself. That was my plan. So I did this, okay? So I'd done that, and then I went downstairs to my ex and I said, look, I've got an idea for my Halloween costume. I'm going to do this, and I'm just going to go as a crazy person in like a straitjacket. So that was the plan. I actually went to the Halloween party in barefoot with a straitjacket on, like this. And then she said, you fucking idiot. We're going out tonight to that restaurant, and we had quite a posh restaurant booked that I had to go to. None of the rest of the stuff. This wasn't on my face. This was the next day. But I had to go to the restaurant with my head like that, and everyone was looking at me. So yeah, that was my a fancy dress. A previous fancy dress from a previous year. I was snowboarding. A fancy dress from childhood. I did this all by myself. That's me as a wizard, as a child, all by myself. I was very proud. This one, which was the year before the crazy person, which was me as a zombie. On the way, so I was quite pleased with the veins that I did here. But on the way to this particular fancy dress party we was going to, my friend needed some makeup because he had like a skull and it had got faded, so we had to go and buy some more makeup, and the only place we could think was Asda. So I went round Asda dressed like this, and I thought, well, being as I'm dressed like this, I'm going to shuffle round Asda like a zombie. So I did, and then I jumped behind one of the counters and sort of beckoned people over for me to serve them, pretending that I worked there. But yeah, that was the fancy dress as a zombie. And you can't really see it on any of these, but the kind of this thing that I'd put on my head was quite gruesome. I don't know whether it shows up better in this picture. Yeah, this looked pretty cool close up, and I was just quite pleased of the veiny things. I do think I look weird without a beard though. Obviously I've got contacts. My real eyes are not like that. So, getting distracted. Let's have a... If I go in here... Where did I post? Well, there she is. So, this is my wife. She doesn't look Colombian, does she? And quite often, I mean, if we're on a plane somewhere, people will say... someone come up to us on a plane as we was flying out of Colombia to go to London, and they said, oh, some Americans, it makes a nice change to be able to talk to someone who speaks my language and stuff. And I was like, well, I'm English and she's Colombian. So yeah, that kind of thing happens quite often. But this was our wedding day, so that's me, obviously. This one's my wife, obviously. This is Carol, so say hello. So there you go. Just thought I'd quickly share that with you. Not sure why. Let's get back to comments. Here they are. Right, we go. I made the music in my head while watching this of Tony Hart and Morph singing the theme tune. There we go. I did comment on this already. I sent loads of pictures up to, it was Heartbeat, and then before that, what was it before that? It changed its name a few times, didn't it? But I never got in the gallery. But yeah, the gallery music was going through my head. I don't know why I did, but my friend Carl and I, Carl more than me, wrote up to Jim Will Fix It because he wanted us to play football against Nottingham Forest. Now, I don't really like football. I supported Nottingham Forest because I liked the colour red, but that was it. But yeah, he kept writing up all the time to try and get to play football against Nottingham Forest, but we never got on. But that kind of turned out to be, probably dodging a bullet when we realised what Jimmy Savile was really like. Oh yeah, I was saying I forgot to add music. That's where that come from. Right, get this car in a skill perk and sell it for loads of money. It doesn't work well because people don't spend that much money on the car anymore. This is true. And then this person here is saying do exactly what we've just mentioned there. Right. Hey, thanks for the helpful guides. After practicing with the duplication glitch on the PlayStation 4, I got enough materials to craft a boatload of Molotovs. Excuse me. Good. I'm glad you did it. Right, what else did I say? Right, I can't seem to place the conveyor belts for a complete circuit. We'll watch again. Yeah, you've got to do them in the order that I say, otherwise it doesn't lock together. So you've got to do the conveyor storage first, then a right-hand bend. I think, yeah, right-hand bend, then another right-hand bend, and then two straights, one with a power supply, then a right-hand bend, then another right-hand bend, then the vacuum hopper. And when you do that, the vacuum hopper will just glitch right into the conveyor storage and it goes round in a loop. So yeah, that's the way that you do it. Thank you, Kanye. Very cool. Right, no idea what you're talking about. Right, you can actually remove them from your garage. Just click on the car and one. No, it's because they were a barn find. You cannot remove barn finds for some stupid. Oh, I've said it. It's got 2 weeks ago now. I'm talking about the non-barn finds. Guess I should have been more specific. Okay. Yeah, you can remove them ones. Hey, you know what? Those headphones are pretty good. At least you try. Oh, I read that so badly. Hey, you know what? Those headphones are pretty good. At least you try. I'd say I've got loads of headphones now. I've got this set. Here they are. Listen. This set. This is the Trust OXT, which has a microphone on, and these actually work. Plugged into the controller when I'm streaming, the microphone works. Next, I have this set. These were very expensive. These are Sennheiser Urbanite. I like them. They're incredibly well made. They're very beautiful. But they hurt my ears, so I can't wear them for very long. But they're good sound quality. I like them. What I actually used on this video here is, for the microphone, I was using a pair of Apple headphones, the old ones. I've got the AirPod things, which I use most of the time, but I've got the old ones on the lead, and I was using that thing. I've also got, which if I go to Kickstarter, I've got, if I sign in with Facebook. Yes, of course. Just let me in. Right. Check this out. Where is it? Where's the stuff that I've supported? Why are websites so difficult? Right. Design, blah, 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 blah. 2 alerts, emails, updates. Is it in here? Invalid email address? Oh, really? Don't know why they're bouncing. Jesus, that's my main email address. Where's projects that I've supported? I want to show you something really cool. I have absolutely no idea. Why do people make websites where stuff that you want to find is not really obvious? Right. Recommended. Explore. Recommended. Saved projects. Might be in here. Ah, these are them. I've bought these, and they've actually been delivered. They're in England, but I haven't got them yet because they're in England. So the next time I go to England or to Spain, I'm going to go and get them. But they look so cool. Look how much they got funded. They wanted $100,000 and they got $1.9 million. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. But they're really, really cool, and they check your brainwave frequencies and everything, and they're made really comfortable so you can sleep in them. So, I mean, I supported them ages ago. It took them like 3 years to make them. But I mean, I have a lot of trouble sleeping, so I'm kind of hoping that these help me sleep, but also for traveling. So I'm really looking forward to getting these headphones. So anyway, there we go. What else have I supported? A thing for my watch, so I could have different straps. I didn't support that. All this. I just thought it was interesting. I'm a big fan of headphones. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get out of here. And let's go back to this. Right. Oh yeah, that's where we were. Right, Spitfire Buzz is next. Really nice video. This was the comments on comments by Jim. I went off on a bit of a tangent and started talking about like law of attraction, hypnosis, that kind of stuff. And Spitfire Buzz said, "I hope it helps people," which I thought was a very nice comment. You need to deselect them from your favourites. Yeah, we've done that. Dark mode on YouTube. I don't like it. I used to use dark mode. I think I've mentioned this here. I used to use dark mode on my Xbox as well, but I've recently changed over to light mode on everything because it feels newer to me. When I've got my Xbox in dark mode, it doesn't feel as modern. So I've changed it over to light mode, and now light mode feels like I'm using something from the future. I like it. Now, the reason that he was actually suggesting this is because I am dyslexic, and I find it hard to read things that are black and white. Now, you probably would never guess I'm dyslexic from listening to me read out stuff. Now, there's a reason for that. I have spent the past 25 plus years of my life practicing reading things out. If I read a book, I read it aloud. I'm at home all day by myself a lot. I read a huge amount of books and I read them out loud. Now, when I first started doing this, I couldn't get through a single sentence without making loads of mistakes, mixing it up, jumbling it around. What used to happen with me, and I've mentioned this before, is text printed on paper looks noisy to me. It has a volume and it's very unpleasant to my ears and to my eyes. It moves around, it vibrates, it shakes, words swap places, and it's not flat. It's like it's three-dimensional. The words are not on the page. They don't stay still and they shift about. It's a form of dyslexia. I did realise that if I put a coloured sheet of acetate over the page, then it all settles down, it becomes flat, it's easier to read, there's no noise, and it's pleasant. But I have a lot of problem with sound. My ears ring all the time. I have incredibly sensitive hearing, but I find it hard to tune my hearing to one thing. So to give you an example, if I'm watching telly with my wife, I have to turn the volume up because I can hear what's going on in next doors, or I can hear some traffic or a plane or something else. And I hear all those things really loud. So I have to turn up the TV to drown out the sound of all the stuff that I can hear. So people think I'm turning the volume up because my hearing is bad, where I'm actually turning the volume up because my hearing is too good and I can hear too much other stuff that's a distraction. Anyway, I think I spoke about this on the previous video, so I think that what we have now managed to accomplish is to get all the way back to, we've gone back 2 weeks on our comments on comments, not many stories, not many tangents. I've been very disciplined. I've got half a cup of cold coffee, which I need to go and replace, and now I'm going to go to the gym. So, hopefully, I'm going to be able to crack on with my normal videos once we've got the apartment back in order. But what I'm going to try and do for you guys, because I know I've not uploaded a video for a long time, I'm going to just set up the Xbox on the TV and just try and get some videos done, and then kind of put everything back to a safe place away from the problems with the water and everything else. But I am very aware that I've not recorded anything. As I said previously, I have bought that Elgato capture card. So now not only do I record, but if I go into the menus, it records those now, whereas the Xbox capture doesn't. And also it means the videos aren't going to be corrupt. Now it is unbelievable how many videos I have recorded and not been able to use on every game that I play. I record the video, I then go to post-editing on my computer, and the video is just green and glitchy like a legal cable, and it sucks. It happened loads of times on my playthrough of Mutant Year Zero, but fortunately I was managed to correct, basically load a previous save and do it again. A couple of places where I couldn't do that because I'd saved over my save, but on Red Dead Redemption, it does it every single time. Now, what I did do, you know, when I did all those playthroughs of Mutant Year Zero all in one day, I don't know if you noticed, but I actually lowered the resolution to 720 instead of 1080 because that seemed to help it not glitching. So anyway, I apologise about the quality of those. I know it's not great, but I'll be using the Elgato card on my future videos, but I do need that adapter to be able to get the decent microphone and the Elgato capture card into my laptop at the same time. So as soon as I've got that sorted, we should all be good. So there we go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I do apologise that I've not been making videos. You know the reasons. And that is it. If you feel the need, please do support my Patreon page. Just go to patreon.com/Kadumi74. It's this. It looks like this. Nothing there yet, but I'll put stuff on here. I need to learn what it does, how to use it, all that things. But I'll get onto that. And as I've said a few times through the video, if you want to learn how to hypnotize people, just go over to here. The website is called freehypnosislessons.com. So that's freehypnosislessons.com. Put yourself over to there and you can learn how to be a hypnotist. You have direct access to all the lessons. I strongly recommend that you start at lesson number 1 and watch them all, because, you know, they build upon each other. So there'll be things later on that make no sense if you've not watched the previous lessons. And they're normally about 15 minutes long each, something like that. And it's just me chatting about hypnosis. Well, it's a younger version of me with no beard and slightly less grey hair. So there we go. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you find them useful. If you do watch these, can I please ask a huge favour? Go over and watch them on YouTube. So click on the YouTube link. And if you don't like them, don't leave a like. But if you do enjoy them, please leave a like. Please leave a comment. It really helps me. If you want to subscribe to that channel as well, that'll help me. At the moment, though, I've got 333 subscribers, which is very pleasing to my OCD with my slightly autistic nature. But I need to get that over whatever number it is. I think it's 1,000. I do want to monetize that account. I need over 1,000 subscribers on there to do it. So if this interests you, just please go over and help me out and sub on that as well. And I also need to get up my viewing hours to over whatever, I don't know what the requirements are. I think it's 4,000 hours. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. But yeah, there we go. Enjoy, and I will see you all soon. You take care. Hope you had a fantastic Christmas, and I hope you have a glorious 2019. Wherever you are in the world, bye-bye, and have a great day, morning, evening, night, or whatever it is. I'm off to the gym. See you all soon. Bye.